TFR.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach. It's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on The Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
And happy Tuesday to you all. Welcome to The Ironworx right here on Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com. Josh, Walt, Zach, and that's going to be it for us today. Hanging out this morning. No Lucas. Lucas is busy playing construction worker. Building.
He is cracking his ass off right now, though. I guarantee it. I can see that smile on his face. That's great. Yeah, he's just stuck in a place where he doesn't get good cell service, so he's not playing construction. He's being the construction man. Think we can get him to dress up like one of the village people?
They're even better. Even better than Bob the Builder would be one of the village
Indian
people. You should call him Native American.
I'm sorry, I call the Native American. Trust me, when they dressed up in the village people, they weren't thinking Native American. Anyway.
Ain't that the truth?
I'm not proud of this at all, but I saw the village people with Casey and the Sunshine Band.
I would be astoundingly proud of that.
I mean, Casey was awesome, dude. Really. Guy puts on an amazing show. But the village people, I mean, it was for my girlfriend's birthday, and she loved them. She was all dressed up, and about halfway through the village people, she looks over at me and she's like, "Okay, you did good. Thank you. We can go now." So yeah, I didn't have to sit through all of it. Didn't have to wait through all that traffic at the end and all that. And it was at the old Rosemont Horizon in Chicago. That was the only show I've ever seen. There was more like looked like a theater. The place was like a cathedral inside. That looked like Antiquitech inside. It looked like a theater with the upper balcony type thing almost. The big arcing one and all that. Yeah, it was a gorgeous place. Just beautiful. Oh, there's a place, there's a new guy. Arcing one.
Sorry, that was me.
His YouTube handle is called I Want to Know More. And he's doing Antiquitech buildings here in the U.S. And he found one I had never heard of in a town that I lived down the road from and used to go fishing in their little pond like every day. It's called Union Mills in Indiana. And I'd seen they're saying they're these old high schools. And the town of Union Mills today, that building that they had there, you could fit the whole town today in that building. Like, there's no way it was built on dirt roads out in the middle of that. I mean, there's nothing but cornfields around there for miles, like in every direction around that town. No reason to have a building that big for a school. It's bigger than the school that they have. They don't even have a school today in Union Mills. The kids go to a school down the road because there's so many small, tiny little towns out there in northern Indiana that they bus all the kids to just one school, K through 12. I mean, it's rinky-dink tiny. Yeah, no way. But yeah, go check out his channel. It's called I Wanna Know More. WANNA. I Wanna Know More. Yeah, it's really cool stuff. But I just wanted to give him a shout out. He's been doing a lot lately, and you know, you got to support each other and all that kind of stuff. And he's just getting out there, but it's kind of quiet. You know, I'd like to get him on the show and unwind him a little bit. We'll see.
Maybe it shouldn't be too hard. We can make things happen. We'll just put Lucas. We'll assign Lucas to him and just have Lucas pester the living, ever loving heck out of him, and until he finally caves and decides that his life would be much, much easier if he just did what Lucas wanted. Much the way Marty Leeds has.
All of us. If we'd all just do what Lucas wanted, we'd all probably be happier.
I don't know. I don't know if I could put that much trust into Lucas's decision-making abilities. No, I jest. But Lucas did manage to pester someone into finally agreeing to come on our show. I believe that's this week. Isn't that what I read? I'm pretty sure.
I believe this week and next week he's got lined up.
Really?
I said Marty was going to be aired next week.
Okay, that one I remember. What was the week after? I missed that.
I think this week he's got someone lined up as well, though. I'm not sure. No, it's too early for me to think like that.
Well,
use my brain. I'll have to go back and look. Let me see what I can find. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's another John Reed. No, that's the 22nd.
Yeah, that's the 22nd. That's the one I just booked yesterday.
Ah, that was you.
That was me. And John Reed is the author of the book that your science teacher was wrong. Available for digital download. Digital download there on Amazon. Yeah, I've been perusing it a little bit myself. I think it's going to be a really, really good interview. And what I can see how there might be some hosts, at least if in the mainstream, who are maybe, I don't know. And I don't know. But I think John was one of the few people that actually reached out to us and requested to come on our show, which is pretty damn rare. Usually we got to do like Lucas and just pester him for a few weeks until they finally get bored or get frustrated and finally say yes. But no, he reached out, wanting to come on and promote his book.
That's awesome, dude.
Isn't that awesome? So once I finally...
Baby steps. He wants to take baby steps.
Well, when you're dealing with digital communications with Josh, you can be sure that those are definitely baby steps, because it took a few weeks for me to finally light a fire under my own ass and actually put things in motion. But once I did, we got it all arranged yesterday and got him booked for the 22nd.
Nicely done, sir.
So is that Marty Leeds this week or next?
I think next week, he said.
I couldn't remember. For some reason, I was thinking it was this.
Marty will come on next week. Dancing Monkey.
Sweet.
Not Marty. That's what the visual was that someone put under.
That was me. I put that Dancing Monkey there. That was me. When you said Dancing Monkey, I knew what it was.
I got a little kitten. Hang on. Get off there.
Shoot.
Yeah, there's something I want to talk about too. They're calling it the Great Resignation. Have you heard this phrase yet?
Mm-hmm. I have.
And if you type in Great Resignation, it'll bring up, 20 articles from the last couple weeks. Why? And it'll tell you why all these people are quitting their jobs here in the United States. All these good paying, these are kids who grew up in the 90s, like when the Depression started. They learned when they were in college that, hey, you get a job, you hold on to that job. I don't care if you just don't like it or don't like your boss or this and that. That's a paying job that you have for that degree that you got, and there are no more out there. So you hold on to that job. Just laying a little foundation for the mindset of the generation that's doing this right now. Well, according to every mainstream article, it's because all these people are fed up with their bosses and they want to go and find a new job to make more money, and they're just not happy with their work and this and that. They'll throw every excuse out there, but they will not mention the word,
Boomer?
vaccination and mandatory together. They don't even mention them in the article at all, either of those two words.
So here's an interesting thing about the end of World War II, was that once all the soldiers finally got home, they just started having babies like it was nobody's business. They were so happy to be home. They spread that happiness to their wives and girlfriends. And this huge boom of children was thrust upon society. An entire generation, just huge generation from all these returning vets. Everybody's so happy that we had won the war. Problem is now that whole generation is at retirement age. And what the generation that they produced, what we've not done is produce enough children ourselves. So between us and the following generations, we still can't produce enough people to replace the amount of baby boomers leaving the workforce. They've known about this for years. They've known there was this big gap that's coming down the pike because of this generation setup the way it was done with the boomers. They've known about it. They've seen it coming, that there's no way we have enough workers to replace the ones that are leaving. That's just the maths of it. And they've known about it. And I've seen
but they have. I mean, with the automation that's come about in the last 50 years.
Yeah, but a lot of those jobs aren't being held by the boomers. A lot of the boomers are the professionals. These are the guys that were.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, the good part is when they finally do die off, the whole population issue is solved, right? Because, I mean, every other thing I hear is about how we're just fucking shit up, about to run out of water by 2050, running out of food at an exorbitant rate.
Absolutely. But here's
I'm
the
just
problem.
saying, good thing they're leaving because, it was getting crowded, man. I know outside there's like folks pressed against my house right now trying to.
Well, once they all leave, they're all going to want their retirement. They're going to want that Social Security. And by that time, the government's going to you will have completely forgotten about depopulation and, or what was it? Not overpopulation of the planet Earth. Thinking, wow, there's just all these natural resources and there's just too many people here. By the time the boomers want their Social Security and realize the government's already spent it and they're pissed, the government will have moved on to the fake alien invasion or some other shit, and overpopulation will just be a thing of the past. We will be so deep into whatever's next that it won't even matter. They're going to have to cover up the fact that they've stolen all of our Social Security and retirement money.
I think they messed up, though. I mean, don't they realize once they get rid of all these people, that the only people left are the ones that don't trust or believe anything that they see anymore?
Yeah, because they'll be the ones that are stuck out in the country. They'll be out in the districts, right?
Yeah.
Because they didn't get vaccinated. So they can't buy and sell things with regular dollars like the regular folk can in the cities, those smart cities where everybody's living. They've got to go out to the country and hunt and fish and barter and trade and do all that other stuff because they didn't take that mark and they can't use that money. So they've got to figure out another way of living. So they have to go out because you can't do anything in the city. Everything requires the mark. So they go out to the country where they don't need the mark. And then they just divide that up into districts. I mean, we've been saying it for years, decades. I'm surprised to see as many people waking up as are. But it is pretty disheartening, the sheer number of people that refuse to see, refuse to look.
Yeah, my mom had the audacity to ask me in a sarcastic way why I haven't been jabbed yet.
Well, to be
I
honest,
unload.
to ask that question in a sarcastic way, I
Yeah,
guess.
she said, "What's the big deal?" Oh my goodness. I went off.
How'd she take
And just
that?
reminded her all the things that it ended the same way the conversation always ends. Okay, I don't want to think about that. I don't want to talk about this anymore. That's what she said. Why? What's the big deal? I don't know, Mom. Maybe because Bill Gates sits on the boards of all these places that are giving these shots, and the man said, and I've showed it to you, that he plans on lowering the population with vaccinations and healthcare. Vaccinations and healthcare lower the population. Oh, I was shaking, and I raised my voice. I feel bad about it, but ooh, it needed to be done. And I don't like doing that. I don't want to scare my mother, but it's beyond stupidity. And I didn't call her stupid, but I did.
That's my biggest problem.
You
I don't mean to interrupt, but it's hard for me to talk, even have the conversation, without coming off like a real condescending prick about people that got the shot. And I don't mean to, because I'm all about the freedom of choice. If you want to get it, I don't give a fuck. Get it. Get 6, get 10. I don't care. Just don't make me get one. I won't make you not if you don't make me do. Sorry.
Yeah, I went off. But it'll be fine. This has happened before, over the same stuff.
Don't beat yourself up, Zach. You can't really do that either. Because, I mean, dude, it's so frustrating for me, sometimes with the knowledge that I've tried to show, not just sit and talk and say, this is what I found out, blah, 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 but just hand it over to let other folks do their own investigation, use their own brain, come to their own conclusion. And not only do they not look at it, they just dive into the exact opposite end of the world. And just, that's it. That's all that's real. And it hurts you. It gets you frustrated. It hurts your soul, especially when it's someone you love as much as your mother, as your family. I mean, there's no deeper connection than that. So when you think you've kind of said as much as you can, and maybe some of it got through, and then it's finally, you just realize, holy shit, this has been going to a brick wall this whole time. It never got through, and it won't. Sometimes it's just so emotional you can't help but be ugly, lash out and yell, and do the things that happen. Been there, done it, trust me. And as you say, Josh, you feel like a condescending prick when you start talking to these people about, don't you even look at shit? Don't you read anything about what's really going on? And you feel like, duh, but it's so frustrating when it's so easily found, so easily available. They put the shit out on their own websites and their own literature and their own patents. As the fucking dude said, as Zach just told us, he said it, what he plans on doing with it. This isn't hidden shit. This isn't like tinfoil hat shit. It's easily fucking found. Oh, look, now I'm getting frustrated. Sorry.
It's all right. I know how it is. And that's the thing, because it's not as though I even really get upset or angry. But when people that have had the vaccine are around me when I'm talking about me getting the vaccine, I can see how it would probably put them in a pretty uncomfortable situation, or how I would come across like I'm just talking shit on them. Because in a sense I am, because they got the vaccine. And all I can do is ramble on and on and on about all the reasons why I would never get the fucking vaccine. And those reasons really don't make the person that got it come out too well. I am getting better though, because now I'm kind of keenly aware. Because the wife got her first one.
Mm-hmm.
So even after she got it, I asked her. Before then, she was wanting me to send, kind of whatever I saw, whatever I found, whatever came across my feed that was pertaining to the dangers, the reasons maybe not to, or anything regarding the vaccines that I sent her way. Well, once she freaked out, went and got her first one. I asked her, I said, do you want me to keep sending you this stuff, or do you want me to just kind of keep all this to myself? And she thought, and she says, well, you know what, just go ahead and keep sending it to me. So I did. And then this latest one with the Moderna vax, which is the one that she took, where they had the weird little tentacle creatures pushing up on the glass plates and the microscope slides. They were literally moving the slides around, trying to like raise up. Once I saw that and watched it, I thought, well, that would be a good one to send her, but because I think I saw it on Saturday. It was Saturday when I saw it. Posted over there on Rumble. And she was scheduled to get her second one on Sunday. So I asked her, I said, well, I've got this one. I said, but it may change your mind. It may sort of be the final stroke of sort of your decision making as to whether or not to get that second one, because it'll probably make you not want to get it. She says, all right, well, go ahead and send it to me. So she watched it, and she says, I don't believe it. It's okay. It's perfectly safe. I want to protect everybody. So she went and she got her second vaccine, and everything was just perfect and fine and dandy. So now her work doesn't have to worry, which is the official story.
Hey, official stories work, right?
I mean, the official story of Shanksville and what happened on 9/11, if people will buy that, surely people will believe that my wife looked at the evidence and said, what is the big deal? And went and got her second shot. And a plane just disappeared into the ground so deep that we'll never, ever, ever be able to dig it out.
Ever.
But it did.
Well,
it has taught me to watch how I say things to people, around people that are vaccinated, because my wife is vaccinated at least once. Probably
yeah,
twice.
I planned on never even bringing it up with my mom. You know, I knew she had it, this and that, all that kind of stuff. And out of nowhere, she hit me with that, and I wasn't, you know, I wasn't ready for it. I didn't prepare to. It shocked me, and then I just totally went on like the defensive, like, are you fucking serious? And then she had the nerve to say, well, I did my research and I've seen. It's like, no, Mom, you watch CNN News. All right. That's not research. And that pissed her off. Yeah.
Josh, do me a favor, please, and give Dixie the biggest hug ever for me.
I sure will. I surely will. She's doing really well.
I'm so pissed right now. I'm so fucking pissed.
And that's what sucks, is it's justifiable. It's one thing if it's like an overreaction, but when the anger is justifiable, you just want to revel in it. It makes you want to act. So it's justifiable, so I don't have to think about what I'm doing anymore, because I can just live in this anger and just unleash because it's justified. But I also think that the people that are putting these vaccines out, I think they've justified their actions as well. So justification isn't necessarily a reason to do something, because we can self-justify toxic behavior for an entire lifetime. I know people that do. So we've only got about 60 seconds left. And that was kind of a heavy first segment. A little heavier than I thought we were going to do.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I think it's been really good, though. I think we've stepped into some really important areas that are often overlooked.
There's Antecede and Algonquin Collective breaking the tension in chat with 7-minute abs. I love it, man. Needed that. But yeah, we'll get on to some more, lighthearted. We'll go make fun of NASA and stuff like that. There's all kinds of space lettuce out there right now.
Plus, I got cats. I mean, purring, that's all you need. A little purr.
Karen B in the house, bright and early.
Along with Bob. Bob was in the house earlier as well, too. I don't know if he's still hanging out there listening, but everybody's up bright and early today.
I think Bob's more up late than up early.
That could be. All right, we'll be right back right after these briefest of messages.
It's amazing how people have been raving about iAlife all over Facebook. They've been posting their testimonials just because they want to get the word out because it's worked so well for them. If you're not familiar with iAlife, it's a 99% pure CBD oil, but the secret is the synergy between the hemp and the ayahuasca vine, the non-psychoactive component of the ayahuasca tea. We recently received an email from a wife whose husband has Parkinson's. For the first time, he's been able to sleep through the entire night. Another customer reported that they're no longer using NSAIDs because their tennis elbow has been relieved with iAlife. The reports have been phenomenal and much more than we ever expected. Everyone should have access to this. That's why if you head on over to ialife.com right now and use coupon code TFR, we'll give you $5 towards your order. And we'll even ship it worldwide. That's ialife.com, AYAlife.com.
Poor water quality is a major health issue, and it's only getting worse. Municipalities can't keep up, standards have dropped, and pollutants are increasing. Where does it all end? It ends by keeping the pollutants outside of your home with HydroCare's advanced systems available at Wave Home Solutions. No less than the best purification materials and processes have been developed by HydroCare to provide you with healthy, clean water for drinking, cooking, and showering. HydroCare far surpasses the competition in removing chlorine, odors, iron, lead, chemicals, limescale, and much more. Don't settle for less when it comes to your water. We'll take care of the toughest water problems for you, whether it's from a city or well source. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, call 888-997-WAVE. That's 888-997-WAVE. Or go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Dowsing is the ancient science of finding water and metal underground. Albert Einstein said that dowsing was tapping into earth energies which modern science as yet does not understand. Diamonds, silver, gold, and platinum objects have all been found using dowsing. And now, for the first time on film, we visit the pyramids, Stonehenge, and ancient sites, dowsing for buried treasure and tapping into this mysterious earth energy.
The Enigma Channel. Intelligent television for planet Earth. EnigmaTV.com.
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
Your protection from deception. TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Wake up time!
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
But you didn't see that coming. And welcome back to the Ironworx, where apparently the studio's coming in nice and loud. And I don't know why I have to overpower it so much, hoping to try to tone it down. But it's just going to sit here and buzz in my ear, I think, until I decide to boot it, because that's annoying as all hell. What the hell?
Is that where that noise is coming from?
I'm almost positive. Almost positive.
Yeah, I hear it.
I've been hearing it for like a couple weeks.
So did you know that the Northern Lights... There we go.
Jesus
I don't hear it
Christ. I just muted the studio.
now. Yeah, it sounded like it was open and there was like a mic on over there or something.
Yeah, it was obnoxious.
So there are people who claim to hear the Northern Lights. Now, it was in a video game that I played where it was mentioning this, where you were up in like northern Alaska and it was just about survival. You know, you were just trying to get from your plane crash and you're trying to get somewhere. And there is like old abandoned rundown mining towns that had light poles and stuff like that, but no power connected, but all the lights were working while the aurora borealis was going on. There was so much electricity in the air that was being, charged, that it was lighting up all the electrical devices around there. Now, I don't know if that's ever taken place, but in the game, you could hear the aurora borealis when they would go on. And I guess a guy now, these were dismissed by scientists forever. They're like, no, you can't hear anything, blah, 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 blah. I don't know why this article took so long, but a Finnish study from 2016 finally confirmed that the Northern Lights really do produce sound audible to the human ear. So it's like a crackling, whooshing sound that they hear.
I mean, how could it not really? We hear thunder from how far off? We hear, I don't know. It just seems like a no duh to me that, yeah, of course they make a sound and it can be heard.
Yeah, they were saying people were just imagining them. And there were hundreds of reports over, many years. It wasn't like this 1 year, hundreds of people heard it, but like over, a couple centuries, people had been saying, no, you can hear the Northern Lights.
I wouldn't doubt there's a smell of ozone, almost similar to an approaching storm associated to it as well, because I'm a very scent-oriented person. So I would almost imagine that can't not be a thing as well. So I posit that you can smell the Northern Lights as well. Right here, you heard it, ladies and gentlemen. Ironworx.
Yeah, because the Northern Lights were so high up in the air, scientists thought it was just impossible for anybody to hear them from that high up in the air. But science was wrong. Well, scientists. Auditory illusions, folklore stories, and auditory illusions.
What? Shout out Mark Bloom in chat. Can taste the Northern Lights. All right, what you want to do is sit down, Mark, because you're about to start peaking, man. And when that happens, I'm
feel them. That pretty much covers it.
They're saying they could be Auroral sounds might be a psychological phenomena due to the vividness of the aurora's appearance, just as meteors sometimes conjure a whooshing sound in the brain. No, they don't.
No.
Never. I've seen, all kinds of shooting stars. Used to lay out all the time and watch them, and never heard a whoosh as I saw them. So I'm not buying that one.
I do make a noise like this when I see them, though.
Supported occasionally by reports of the smell of ozone, which reportedly carries a metallic odor similar to an electric spark.
Science proven right here again. Ironworx, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it first.
And they're saying they don't know exactly how the mechanism producing the sound operates. Really, guys? Really? You don't understand it? Turn on a frickin' light bulb, a low-pressure light bulb, and listen to it. I can do this with my Van de Graaff generator. You really don't know?
Right.
I mean,
I'm sorry. As I was about to unmute, I saw BCB's comment there in chat. All the comments I see say, "Wee!" Oh, shit. Anyway, I had a reason when I muted. Damn it. It's gone now. Thanks, Beef. Oh, God.
Wee! It doesn't get too much more into anything, but yeah, just another thing that goes to show you these people claim to be physicists. We don't know how that electrical phenomena is making light and noise. Well, let's go back to basic physics 101, electricity. Light disperses, or electricity can disperse in heat, it can disperse in sound, and it can disperse as light. Very simple, basic. How do they, and they call themselves physicists. That's what annoys me the most.
Well, not the authors of the article, surely.
Well, there, it's probably a computer.
Wasn't like 80% of the internet just AI stuff to put out misinformation? Didn't I see that somewhere? Like the death of the internet and everything's just AI bots making you think that there's actual people and things.
I watched that same video apparently you watched.
I didn't even watch it. I wanted to. I was going to have to go back to it. That's why I remembered the title so I could try to go back and find it again.
Pretty intriguing. Because, I mean, how many times has Zach said that there's probably a whole other group of, Iron Realm and our people in the chat and all the shit that gets said, and it goes back and forth between what's real and what's not real, and we never know what's going on at any point. Kind of frightening.
And I do see software
when you
out there
start looking
quite a
at
bit.
the algorithm numbers and the actual amount of shit that goes on internet related that has absolutely no human interaction attached to it at all, as you sit and feed your energy into it at a fucking astounding rate, it gets pretty scary.
Sorry, Dawn was asking a question about a post that might have been by Robert Page somewhere about cops not responding to certain crimes, and it was asking if that was for real. I know there's some places there in Northern California, San Francisco area, where I think, like, as long as you're not going to steal under $600 or something worth of stuff from a store, then they're not going to prosecute you for those crimes anymore.
There's a new show we literally just started watching. Damn it. Reservation Dogs. Definitely interesting. It's slanted a little younger than I thought it would be when I agreed to watch it, but it's entertaining so far. But at one point, literally, and I get the situation in the store is probably more of a personal note, but the kid he's looking and eyeballing like candy rack, and the guy at the counter is like, "Hey, if you're going to steal that, please let me know so I can write it off, blah, 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 blah." And the guy, "Yeah, I get it." And walks out. And I'm just like, yeah, it kind of reminded me of what we've heard these stories of, like, if you're not stealing under a certain amount and they can write it off and nobody's getting hurt, then the cops could give a shit less.
Yep.
They got heads to beat. They ain't got time for that. Oh, I didn't say that out loud, did I?
Rights ain't going to violate themselves.
That's why they made them, right? So they can violate them.
That's right.
I shouldn't say made them.
I was going to say, because that's where our rights came from.
Yeah, they acknowledged them. They chose to say, yeah, I guess all those things that the creator made for you, well, you get to have those. So to change the story just a little.
I'll allow you to exercise your rights.
Blue Origin to send William Shatner to space as Russia films movie scene on the ISS. Yep. Russia is sending a filmmaker and an actor for 2 weeks to the International Space Station.
Well, it's a good thing we're taking this seriously.
Science.
Yeah, it's a good thing we're taking it seriously and basing it all on science and not blending it with this commercialized, over-commercialized, capitalized Hollywood bullshit.
So does that mean that the studio that they actually do all this stuff in is in Russia, and that's why we can't actually locate it? That's why they think they actually travel in space, is because they dope them up and they put them in the quote-unquote rocket, and suddenly they're flying to space where the comrades are living. And there you go, space. It's cold. It's white. I mean, I don't know.
Some underground bunker in Kazakhstan?
Because why would the Russians be the first ones to film a movie there when if it was a Hollywood basement? It must be a Russian basement that Hollywood. I mean, anyway, you get my drift. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read chat and talk, and it doesn't work out too much.
So when they asked William Shatner what he thought about it, he said he had, in quotes, heard about space for a long time now. Heard about space for a long time now.
That's an interesting statement, and
yeah,
I mean, he's 90 years old, so who knows? But that's still an interesting phrase to use.
I want to see him put to the zero G.
Like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, something that made us all look at him as like, it's Shatner Shat.
No, you say that. I think you're right, Walter, and that's why some triggered with me too. That there was something else that made me think he was questioning stuff.
Oh look, Special K there in chat. What's up, brother? Saying that Shatner says science is science fiction. Was that it? Something like that. Yeah, very much like that. Yep. Thank you, sir.
So he's 90.
Capitalicious 420 saying Shatner's been letting the truth out a little at a time, kind of thing. So yeah. I mean, at this point, right, 90, exactly. He might be getting to that edge of like, maybe I should let some stuff out before I get out of here. Interesting that, look, get out of my head, Special K. I was about to say interesting that his cohort there, Mr. Spy, did a little show that got me on to a whole lot of otherworldly things in the 70s called In Search Of. If you're not familiar with it, definitely dig up some clips. It's pretty crazy shit.
It is. It's one of those that kind of holds up. I mean, maybe not the quality, but
no, it's definitely from the mid 70s when you watch it.
It's Leonard Nimoy, so the quality is there.
Yeah, I mean, it's really intriguing. It gets you going, Of course, now a lot of the stuff that made me go, back then is kind of off the plate now, but hey, you live, you learn.
But you have to crawl before you walk.
You do. You have to get baby steps, right? Back to baby steps. Damn it.
What about Bob?
So,
call back.
So William Shatner's
a good thing
90, right?
Oops, go ahead, sir.
Yes, 90 years old.
Saying he's 90. So do we get to see any of his preparation for this? For his, what is he going to be pulling? Like 17 G's on this thing going up? I want to see him do 9 G's. In the the little twirly whirly thing that they do, the G-force. I want to see William Shatner withstand 9 G's. Because there are people that are, top peak condition.
Yeah, but have you seen his girdle?
90 years old. I want to see him take on 9 Gs. Just a little over half of what he's going to be doing. I guarantee the man passes out. Guarantee it. Big 30-year-old guys in the peak prime of their condition, healthy as an ox, this and that, pass out during this test.
Yeah, I can't imagine his circulation and everything is...
It would rip his arteries and veins apart, probably.
That tissue is so soft and fragile at 90 years old.
Yeah, they get scratched by not even a cat, but like a caterpillar, and they start bleeding. A piece of tissue scrapes their hand the wrong way, and they get a cut.
Don't even talk about the bruising.
90-year-old skin. Yeah, a 90-year-old skin it's very delicate.
18 Gs, he would be all black and blue. He would be just one gigantic bruise.
So yeah, I want to see him do half of it in the simulator. They can do that. I mean, he's going to be doing almost double that. The 9 should be nothing for him. That should be a walk in the park. I'm calling bullshit. Oh, I mean, we, of course, call bullshit on all this stuff, but yeah, no way. I want to see it. Show me that this man can take this kind of punishment to his body. That, people 1/3 of his age, healthy, big, strong people pass out doing this.
Yeah.
Probably all the time. Because there's
watch
technique to it. It's
The
not like
Right
you
Stuff.
can do it or you can.
Go watch go watch that movie, The Right Stuff, and then stop when it's over and think about a 90-year-old William Shatner pulling those kind of Gs and the amount of physical labor it takes.
I couldn't have done it at 30, probably.
It's almost got to be a one of those sort of big letter C on the rock on the moon, right? We're just going to put it here. This is such a crock. This is ridiculous. How about we just tell him we'll tell him we're going to put a 90-year-old guy up there and see if that's going to get him to wake up a little bit. Will they even think about what that would do to? No. We'll just tell him. Just tell him. Fuck it.
Nah, all these people are doing the fluoride shuffle. Yeah, they don't see 2 feet in front of their face.
But what a feel-good story.
It's going to sell lots of, or it's going to get lots of clicks, you should say. Nobody sells papers anymore. They get clicks. Oh, William Shatner. Yeah, but so I wonder who else is going with him. Because as far as I remember, didn't the FAA say they couldn't do this anymore? Because the alarm went off or something like that on something when they were up there on the toilet was oh yeah, they had trouble coming back down. Their re-entry was off by so many degrees and blah, 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 blah. And they said something about, we have to, the red light went off, so it's not as safe as we thought. But I guess they're just going ahead with it.
It's not as safe as we thought, but turns out we care even less than we thought. Yeah. So it works out well.
So I'm not sure if people can bring their own stuff up there. Like some type of camera or this or that. I saw people saying on the whatever 4 that went up there, those 4 civilians, they weren't allowed to bring their phones. All that radiation up there would have destroyed them. It's like, are you serious? You know how many cameras they have up on the ISS?
A couple
around
hundred.
Their cupola, there's like 5 or 6 of them just hanging on the wall right there.
They've got an entire section walled off with that pegboard stuff, and they just have. I bet you there's 50 cameras. I bet you there's 70 lenses. I mean, it's just a fucking studio full of cameras. I don't remember. I think it was for doing a thumbnail for the show. For some reason, I was just scanning Google Images of cameras on the ISS and the pictures of all the fucking cameras. It's ridiculous. More cameras than they would ever need. Plain and simple.
But your cell phone will get destroyed up there because that's totally different technology that's based on, made out of different stuff. So they're fine. No, they're actually the same, and you're not in space. Karen B said that she heard they're bringing up this year's football jerseys and the Super Bowl ball. Maybe they'll do it right this time and not in reverse order. Yeah, that was great. They,
but when will they be taking them up? Oops, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. A few years ago, they had the winning Super Bowl team jerseys on. Yeah, right. These two teams won the Super Bowl. Yay! We have their jerseys. Well, come to find out, their last time that they got a shipment sent to the ISS, there were still like 20-something teams that could have won the Super Bowl. So how did you pick the two teams to win the Super Bowl? Well, then like a week later, they show them opening up these big giant boxes with every team jersey that could have been in the Super Bowl in there.
Yeah, it's just payload. I mean, you can do that, right?
Yeah, what is it? It's only a couple $1,000s a pound.
It's not their money.
Deal. These weigh about £1 a piece. Yeah, who cares? Send up 30 of them. No worries.
You know what? Make it 2 each, just in case. 2 is 1 and 1 is none. Ain't that right, Daz?
Yeah, this is what happens when you keep it in the family, folks. The lie just starts to get worse and worse and worse.
And that's the trouble with carrying on a lie, is keeping all the little nuances that you have to add to it straight and making them all correlate, add up together in a reasonable way. Once you start having to really stretch with things like dark matter, then it's one of the best ways to identify a liar and their lies. It's obvious. Because it's not like we need proof, right? This isn't a court of law. I don't need to prove that they're lying. I can see it. I can feel it. I can hear it. I know it, right? Things don't fall to the ground on the ISS. They shouldn't fall to the ground on the ISS, but they do. Sometimes they do.
Those are just card tricks, Josh, and stuff.
Right. There's always those little connections, the interactions you need to have to connect these nuances together. And it's those little, once you really start having to stretch and reach to make those connections, that's how we know you're lying. That's why when you talk to a liar and ask them about their lies, make them make those connections and ask yourself if it sounds feasible. If it doesn't, you don't have to believe them. Nobody says you have to. Can I prove they're lying? Nope. Can you make me believe them? Nope.
Oh, you know what? Before we leave this whole discussion, our buddy B. Allen Holman, line producer extraordinaire, saying he doesn't like looking at pictures inside the space station because of the clutter, the mess, reminding him of how he grew up with a house in poverty with a lot of mess. Space should seem richer. Dude, look, that's been one of my complaints going through this whole thing. When I used to work inside video game cabinets, inside a video game cabinet that's sealed off from the world. No one in public should ever access that part of a video game. Only the manager working on them should. I had to secure every well, if you build a computer, you should be doing cable management where you secure your wires so that something doesn't get caught in a fan or tweaked on something else, or later when you have to replace a component, it's easy to access it. There's not wires hanging everywhere and shit that you might snag and break and reattach later and all these things. And there's this company, or group, not company, called OSHA, which deals with employee safety in a workplace, things like cables laying around, hoses, shit like that, gets you written up. You get so many write-ups and you get a fucking problem. You have problems with your business. So I'm just saying. I'm right there with you, Alan. Fucking message. It's ridiculous. Wow, we're almost at a break, too, ladies and gentlemen.
We are. Got about 30 seconds.
Well, before we go, I want to shout out to all of you. Everybody sending lots of love to Michelle during what happened on Friday. And again, just to clarify everything, what it was is like this, like basically a walk-in epidural. You go in, they prep you for surgery, go in the back, and they dig around in your spine with a fucking needle. It's insane, but she lives in so much pain that that's something she has to deal with. Zach knows somebody who had to go get these. And there are the dangers. Anyone who's gone through childbirth and had a spinal fun time happen. Good God, I can't even think about what that would feel like. Anyway, yeah, the dangers that can happen. Paralysis, death, all the things. And so it's always a crapshoot when we go in there. So thank you all for the love. She is like astounded. Every time somebody asked about her, I would tell her and I told her all the love you guys sent. So she loves you guys and thanks you all for it so much.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry, Zach. We're taking a break. Okay. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Wilson said he hasn't felt so rejected since that squirrel and peanuts incident last year and has reportedly gone back to his car to get some saltine crackers out of the glove compartment. Cincinnati, Ohio administrative assistant and regular bus rider Perry Stoddard developed a crush today that lasted the duration of the Metro line commute from Seven Hills Road to downtown. The 25-year-old Perry was admittedly more than just a bit smitten as he stared at the petite, bookish brunette sitting 2 seats ahead of him.
Oh my God, she was stunning. And she was reading Dostoevsky.
Stoddard was briefly saddened by the woman's exit from the bus 2 stops before his own and resolved to get out on Court Street and find someone else. Doyle Redland for the Onion Radio News, online at theonion.com.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
The wicked ones obviously under heavy Masonic influence.
Wake up! Wake up! What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Wakey, wakey.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach.
Wake up!
It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach.
Wake up.
It's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To the show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
Wake up, wake up, wake up!
And welcome back. It's a little better than it was at the start of the last break.
So just in case people were missing out on the fun and commercials, what was the commercials about?
I mean, I don't know. I muted the studio.
I'd be as silly. Seems like there was something I did want to bring up. Damn it! Right after we got back.
It's better.
It's gone away. Oh, Liz in chat over here on the TFR. Chat asked me about my little kittens and the cat family, and didn't realize the white one that she saw in the video was here. So I sent pictures to the chat for you there, Liz, over on Twitter. Sorry, it was easier than me making the blips happen live during Skype. So I'll get them to the TFR for you in a minute. Or I could put them in the show picture. I know you guys haven't heard enough about my freaking cats, right? But anyway, yeah, they're there for you, Liz. I was trying to get that in before the commercial because I thought we had 30 seconds left because I didn't hear anything. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think all the bumper music is there from what I can tell.
Cool deal.
We'll get through it.
It's radio. It's
That's
just
right.
live. Who knows?
I mean, I can live with the hiss if y'all can live with the hiss.
It's not bothering me to the point that I really didn't notice it until you brought it up. So way to point it out. Now everybody can't stop hearing it, Josh. Thanks.
I mean, I'm not some sort of dictator. If you want the hiss, you can have the hiss and you can listen to all the commercials, or I can just mute the studio. We'll hear the hiss and we'll just kind of sit quietly through the commercials. You know how me and I like my silence.
Right. And good morning to everyone there in chat that I've not typed to because I was doing such a good job. In fact, I even got complimented on my welcomes and telling everyone, hey, this morning. And then I blew it, started paying attention to the show like you do. You guys rock. My goodness.
So Liz posited a question in chat just before the break. She says, if the truth sets you free, which exact truth would that be? And when the hell does it set you free?
Would you say that again?
If the truth sets you free, which exact truth would that be?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's kind of been my quest, really, is to figure out what is truth and what the fuck is all this lying for. Yeah,
I'll take
And
a stab
what's
at it.
what's the source of that quote, though? You have to think back to where that came from. Anyway, go ahead there, Zachary.
Well, the truth that set me free was that there is a creator that did it. I lost all my fear, I still worry about, family and stuff like that and friends but as far as, myself, I don't worry about any of that stuff anymore. That whole world is just disappeared. I don't fear death anymore. It's just, it changed everything. Once I found out and realized that there is a creator, I don't know what happened. It totally changed everything. That was when I was just like, okay, I love life. It really does. It makes you love life again. As an atheist, it doesn't matter how much money. Look at all these super wealthy, rich. Half of them look miserable all the time. Yeah, when you find that truth, it does. It sets you free. It really does. That's at least for me. That's my take on it.
I guess mine's kind of close to that. Tangentially, maybe. And sort of what it is with my relationship in regards to that creator. But I guess I've always known that it just didn't make any sense to just think that there's no creator. Just didn't make any sense. It's just something I had a hard time fathoming. But it was how close I am to the creator and the creator is to me, and sort of how I fall into my life and what my existence here on earth is. And it's that because it's the creator, when he created me, there were certain things about me that he gave. Eye color, hair color. These are things I have, things he gave me as the creator. I have a voice. I have a right to fucking use that voice because my creator gave me one. I don't need people's permission to use it. I can use it responsibly. So really the truth that set me free was my authority. My authority. It's my authority that I pass along to the state. So the state says, hey, okay, now we have authority. The government has authority because we gave ours to it. If we take our authority back, they don't have it. So once I learned what my authority was, where it came from, and what's been done to it, how it's been hijacked and stolen in so many cases away from us, that it really set that ball in motion. That now, today, I don't feel pressure to get a vaccine. Even though my job, I'm sure, is going to require it here soon. It's like not pressure. I just go. Right? If somebody's going to stand there and try to punch me in the face, I don't just stand there. I either fight back or I go. No pressure. I don't feel like I'm being forced to do anything because you ain't going to fucking force me to do it. Period. That's my authority. I don't have to be afraid of what's in the vaccine because I have my authority to say no. I'm not going to put that in my body. Do what you will. The answer is no. Now what? It's your move. That's all it is. And that's what really set me free, was finding out where my authority came from and where it's gone. Sorry, Josh rant over.
No, that's good. That's amazing. And I feel that in my heart deeply. I do, truly. And I feel that truth, that's, good Lord, a big one. Okay, so how many times in my life have I had epiphanies? True ones, not just, the weekly epiphany, but the stop me in my tracks, make me reassess everything around my world, everything. And it's happened a number of times. Sometimes that's come through things I read. Sometimes that came through things I ingested, psychedelics. Sometimes that came through a conversation with a person and they say something that just drops my soul and I have to reassess again these things. I'm getting truth bumps now telling you these things, thinking about some of those instances. And, fast forward and here we are. These last 5-6 years we've all shared together of this ultimate truth we thought, and then boom, here comes mud flood, and here comes plasma stuff, and here comes all kind of shit. And it seems there's no end to truths, multiple, numerous truths. But truth with that big capital T, that's the one that seems so elusive. That's the one that seems like they do everything they can to keep us from just sitting fucking still, shutting all this bullshit out and figuring out the truth that's for you. And it has to be that because we're so vast and so different. We're so many types of people. Having these cats has really made me understand that it's not just nurture or nature. It's fucking in you when you come here. These cats are so distinct personalities. They are totally different people. I'm tearing up thinking about how distinct they are as personalities. And these are just freaking just. You heard the fucking just I just said. That's so fucked up. They're cats, they're animals, but their souls are cute, way bigger than mine. And like when I was upset about your wife earlier, Josh, that's when Cleo came over here and got on me and got right on my heart. I don't know if you guys saw her in the video, but she was laying across my heart, purring her ass off, trying to fix the pain in me. So that speaks to me like, okay, so truth, the big set you free truth. I think it's really figuring out that the truth is that we're here to experience this place together. Now, this place has changed, I think. This place has gotten taken over by a fucking group of people who figured out a way to use the power in this realm that's free to all of us for their own good and keep us all from knowing that and keeping us from our true selves, our connection to creation, creator, the oneness. And again, I kind of go back to that question that we never got to a show or two ago, that an article that I started and it was too deep, and I was going to discuss it with you guys about what's at the bottom of it all. The creator, the one, the group thing that's really a one thing, that idea. And then you start thinking about how different we all are and how much we would create a world or that would be filled with different things. I don't know. I'm kind of starting to ramble here, I feel like. But the idea that there's an ultimate truth, I think, is one of the biggest distractions there is. I think it's just when you feel these truth bumps come up, that's truth. God, I'm chilled up now. Jeez. It's like, yeah, I can't say it's flat Earth. I can't say it was 9/11. I can't say it was JFK. I can't say it was anything that was the big truth. That figuring out the creator. Hell, I got here knowing about the creator. I just got sidetracked and forgot all that shit for a while. Yeah, definitely Walt ran over. I'm just rambling because my brain's going 1,000 directions with these thoughts.
Well,
so
truth is,
I'll try to gather them a bit and get back to you. Sorry.
Go ahead, Zach.
I was just going to say, it's almost like each truth you learn, you get a little freer. We know that all this stuff going on right now is nonsense and bullshit. Therefore, it doesn't dominate our lives the way it dominates the people that believe it and trust these people. I mean, these people are living in fear 24/7. You can't make a rational thought or a clear decision when you're afraid. And I think that's one of the ways that we're also free. It's every truth that sets you free. Knowing that, New York, Boston, the Connecticut school thing, knowing that all that stuff is just nonsense and bullshit really frees you, because you know that yeah, these terrorists, you know, aren't coming over and trying to blow us up and all this other stuff. I mean, there might be some radicals and this and that, but it's not as boogeyman-ish as they want us to believe. They want us in this fear, and all these little lies that we, disseminate and pull apart and show that it's a lie. Once we know it's not real, we no longer fear that happening to us because it never happened in the first place.
Mm-hmm. That's right. The lies are the links of the chain, and the fear is the cuff they wrap around our ankles. The truth is that big ass heavy fucking rock that we have to use to just bang and bang and bang against that chain until we finally break it. But sometimes you got to hit each link. You got to take that rock and find the weak spot, find the one where that truth is going to break through those lies, and just keep hammering away. Because the truth will set you free. And people come to it differently. It's not probably one truth that sets everybody free. Because some people might have already realized that truth, but be bound to somewhere else. Because it's not necessarily black and white.
Well said. Well, the slacker finally showed up in chat at least.
And Lucas.
There he is. Love you, man. Hope everything went well.
You were definitely missed, friend, for sure. Definitely missed this morning.
Shout out to David Weiss. Rolling up into the chat.
Big shout out.
23,000, I think, is how many blue dots I saw sitting on that map this morning.
23,356 at the moment, sir. I just refreshed.
He's probably getting like 500, 700 people a day, it seems like, signing up.
357. I refreshed again. I'll stop.
Just like that.
And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, if you're, new to this show, we're talking about the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app by Blue Water Bay. Now, there are multiples out there. David's app is the #1 rated app on Google Play Store and iTunes, all that stuff. Just go read the reviews. If you want to help wake up a friend or family member or just, someone you don't even like, maybe your neighbor who is a globe troll, buy him the app. Tell him, hey, you can get 3 Bitcoins, 150 grand right now for one proof of the globe. But you have to take this challenge. You have to watch each one of these short videos, maybe a longer one on the weekend, for just 2 weeks. And if you still believe the earth is a ball and think you have a proof, send it to David and you win 3 Bitcoin. It's that easy. And I think that helps grab the really, the people who think it's just a joke and this and that. I mean, 150 grand, especially nowadays with all the crap going on and people quitting their jobs, have all this extra time on their hand. Yeah, throw them an app. And then that's not even my favorite part. My favorite part is the section where what about, when you ask a question, what about eclipses? What about sunsets? What about all that different stuff? All those videos that YouTube will not show you, Google will not show you. You could type in the name of the person and the name of the video exactly, and it will not show up still. Maybe 5-6 pages down. So even if you are new to this, the Earth's flat, but you want to sharpen and hone your skills on all the, the nuances of this topic, go in there and just start clicking on videos and watching all that stuff. Just download all that information into your brain. And yeah,
I would say download that information. Sorry, go ahead, Zach.
No, that's good. I'm rambling.
No, it's just that I went to go look for something just days ago for my buddy Drew, who's back in town. I've talked to you guys about him before. He is pretty much my oldest friend. And he was the guy who just couldn't see, just wouldn't see past NASA. And we watched the American Eagle moon thing. Can't remember the exact name of it. You guys probably know the exact one I'm talking about. And by the time they got to the wet print in sand and dust versus dry, dust and the stuff sticking to the stuff and the wet flag. He was done. He was like, yeah, I guess we never went to the fucking moon. Fast forward to just days ago, and he's sitting here going, you know, blah, blah, blah. I said, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, I thought we were done with that, so I thought we could move on past that. Oh, yeah, that was the moon stuff. I mean, they got up there, they did whatever. And I'm like, okay, I did the same thing in high school. I get it. So what I'm trying to say is I went looking for some things when he was here, trying to go, yeah, I remember the video of something, like the guys getting shoved against the wall and all that. And dude, I was stupidly going to fucking YouTube and going, let me find it real quick, because he's sitting here with me, right here next to me in the studio. And I'm typing in exact descriptions of the video I'm looking for. And it is, there's nothing. It's so buried. And this isn't even Flat Earth in the title or anything. This is just me trying to find some NASA footage, basically. And it's so fucking hidden. And I finally thought, duh. And I pulled out the app and we started watching shit on it. And it was like, yeah, that's definitely the go-to. Definitely the go-to. I see Dave there in chat. You the man, brother. You are the man.
Look at that now. If you mention Iron Rail Media while trying to claim your Bitcoins, he's throwing in another one. It's now 4 Bitcoins.
Damn.
If you mention Iron Rail Media. He can make it 100 Bitcoins if you mention Iron Rail Media. It doesn't matter because there's no globe proofs. Oh, it's a great. I was just for fun. I've been thinking about his other challenge. If you can find one idea that is more insane than the heliocentric model, he will give you 100 Bitcoins. Now, I have been thinking about this for a couple weeks. Not for the 100 Bitcoins, just to be like, David, what about this one? There's nothing. When you actually look at it through the eyes of a physicist and say, what is physically possible, and this and that, and yada, 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 things that are claimed to be true that are so stupid, you will not find one dumber than the heliocentric model. You won't. Please enlighten me. I can't think of one. It breaks all the realms of physics that we hold here on Earth. You know, by making up space and all this stuff, it just destroyed everything. Physics does not work out there at all. Yeah, it's the dumbest thing. And they almost had the whole world literally insane. To be insane, you were just not of sound mind and logic. And the heliocentric is not of sound mind or logic. So they had the world literally insane. All these people walking around still on a ball are insane. Literally. It's crazy when you think about it like that.
Have you seen their face wear?
No.
It like covers their whole nose and mouth, and like wraps around their face. Makes them look stupid as hell.
I had something.
Almost had it.
It's gone.
Damn it. I'm ready for
go
it.
out there, buy the app for a friend or a family member that you just really want to, see the truth. Help set them free, in a way. I'm really proud of all you people out there standing up to all this nonsense. People that I never thought would. You know, I have a few buddies that, well, one buddy particularly, that, you know, his whole life he wanted to be a Marine. And, you know, he knew that there was a lot of stuff wrong, even back in high school. Really bright guy. But everybody he knew was a Marine in his family. He wanted to be a Marine. So he went and joined the Marines, got out, said, don't ever join the military, it's a joke. Became a nurse, worked the ER night shift in Gary, Indiana. This
Needed
was
some
murder
excitement.
capital of the world. Yeah, exactly. Saw lots of crazy stuff. Not sure even where he's living or what he's doing now, but he's, on his Facebook, I always see that he's reposting all these, pro-freedom stuff. And that just warms my heart to know that he still has that fire and that drive to just want to, America, freedom. This is what he grew up wanting to fight and defend and protect. And he's still doing it in his own way. And I love seeing that stuff. Yeah, big shout out, brother. I don't want to mention his name just because, you know, he isn't one of those that's out there and on the radio and this and that, but he's doing his part. And yeah, there are those people out there that love, you know, freedom and humanity. And I've seen people saying how ugly humanity is lately. And no, humanity is beautiful. What you see on the television and, you know, read in the papers and all that other crap, that's what they want you to think humanity is. That's what they want you to become. Humanity is beautiful. The love that I share with all these people around me, my neighbors, people are beautiful.
You're beautiful, sir.
Well,
You're
speaking of beautiful.
That's it. And that's going to bring us here down to, check the time, one last segment of the Ironworx. We'll be right back.
No doubt.
Extendivite is more than just a heart tonic. Do you have any of these symptoms? Night cramps in the hands and feet. Your arms and legs often go to sleep. On short walks, do your legs get aches and pains? Is your memory worse than it used to be? Ankles that swell late in the day? Has your blood pressure increased lately? If you answered yes to even one of these questions, you may have early warning signs of arterial blockages. Your body is saying that it is time to take Extendivite. These are not the normal signs of aging. They are the warning signs that accompany blocked arteries. Get your Extendivite today. Extendivite is available in capsule or liquid form for just $69.95 for a 2-month supply. To get started, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822. Or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
Do you want to lose weight but have no idea where to begin? The Fast Start Diet, a 3-day weight loss plan, is the answer. 3 days of nutritionally balanced, calorie-restricted meals delivered right to your door. No shopping, no measuring, and no cooking. Everything is prepared for you and ready to eat at home or on the go. The Fast Start Diet has all the amazing benefits of intermittent fasting without starving. We've helped thousands of people who have struggled to reach their weight loss goals. Isn't it time we helped you? With the Fast Start Diet, you'll lose weight and feel great.
Find us on Amazon or go to faststartdiet.com and use promo code POWER to get $10 off your first box. As a special bonus, we will include our #1 rated Lipo3 appetite suppressant spray free with your order. Whatever your diet plans are, start with us at faststartdiet.com and use promo code POWER.
Dowsing is the ancient science of finding water and metal underground. Albert Einstein said that dowsing was tapping into earth energies which modern science as yet does not understand. Diamonds, silver, gold, and platinum objects have all been found using dowsing. And now, for the first time on film, we visit the pyramids, Stonehenge, and ancient sites, dowsing for buried treasure and tapping into this mysterious earth energy.
The Enigma Channel. Intelligent television for planet Earth. EnigmaTV.com.
Real people, real radio.
Initiating the truth frequency.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
bright and shiny. Get up off your little hiney and begin your happy day.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Father, the sleeper has awakened.
And hopefully you have all awakened too. Welcome back to the Ironworx. Fourth and final segment kicking off right now. Josh, Walt, Zach, sans Lucas, though he may still be in chat.
I think he is. Before I get too far away from it again, I wanted to say that our good friend Alan, if I'm not mistaken, because it's so far back I'll never find it again, Alan has a premiere coming up right after this show over there on his channel. Sounds intriguing. He's interviewing an AI. I would like to check that out, Alan. So you guys may have to wait for a show description if it's happening right after our show. I'll be tuning in, friend, for sure. And I also saw maybe David's got something coming up with Matt pretty soon.
Yeah, he's recording another Flat Earth podcast.
Ah, nice. Okay, I'm still playing catch up, trying to get everybody's things I saw out there. I'm sure I missed stuff. If I did, definitely put it there in the chat. Of course, I think Josh may be highlighting things on the screen that I'm not seeing from what I saw Alan say earlier. So thank you, Josh, for helping out with that.
I do what I can when I can.
You're the man. You're the
Usually.
man.
We really can't knock David for the time in between the Flat Earth podcast. The guy's always working. So we'll just blame it on Matt. Say that.
Damn it, Matt.
No, Matt.
Fucking
I love
David
you, man.
in chat.
He's awesome.
You're so great, dude. You're hilarious. Oh my God. We apparently got him in trouble. We shouldn't have said anything. Damn it, my mouth. Here I am on a talk show. Hoo-wee.
Well, luckily there's not going to be anybody that's going to be able to claim that fourth Bitcoin. So it's not like you're really telling anybody. Pop quiz hot shot for a fourth Bitcoin. What's the name of the best little flat earth show you've never heard of?
Right? I know there's one out there somewhere that's cool. All right, I'm back in chat again. I'll stop. Man, there's so many interesting things going on.
So have you guys heard of this company called Worldview? Now, this may be legitimate here. I don't know if the height they say they're going to be doing it, but apparently there's a company called Worldview that's going to be giving balloon rides for $50,000 a piece. The balloons will be taking people up to the stratosphere, about 100,000 feet or 30,000 meters, where they'll be able to see the curvature of Earth against the blackness of space. Oh, that's great. I just saw that for the first time.
At people sometimes. Oh my
God. The overall experience will last 5 days, which will be spent in and around sites of natural beauty and cultural and historical significance. Worldview. Okay, at 100,000 feet, what historical significant thing are you going to see from 100,000 feet? Are they talking about like a meteor strike historical? Or because 100,000, you're not seeing buildings, you're not seeing nothing.
We went right on up, and I saw darkness. I thought I was going to see the world, but we weren't quite high enough.
And how ho? Oh, I'm sorry. How high did Granny get there?
I don't know. I don't remember. How high did Wally go? She went up there, though.
She went like 270,000 feet. So almost
a
three
little,
times
a
the height.
little short of the balloon's height. I'm just checking. Okay.
Yeah, well,
and
no,
what was our
3
buddy
times
Neil?
Higher than the balloon.
Neil Hairhead deGrasse said, if you like look up, I don't remember something about it. That shit's flat. That shit's flat. I think I remember you saying it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they're only 2 millimeters up.
Lucas said it's the Great Wall in China. Of course. What else could you see from that height? It has to be the Great Wall of China. Thank you, Lucas. He contributes to the show even as he builds. What a man. Many hats, as I said, many hats. Tiny hats, something.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, they're calling for 2024, right? That's when they say this is going to start. But
the ball?
This isn't.
I mean, the loons?
Yeah. This isn't Worldview's first foray into space tourism. Nearly a decade ago, the company announced plans for a balloon capsule system called Voyager, which would ferry folks to the stratosphere for $75,000 per seat.
And what happened there?
At the time, Worldview said it hoped to get Voyager up and running by 2016. That didn't happen. Yeah, no shit. And in 2019, 3 years on hiatus, two of Worldview's co-founders started a new company called Space Perspective. That's what they do. They just start a new company and change the name and say, hey, we're going to do this now.
No, not Worldview, but Space Perspective. Yeah.
Jesus. So Florida-based Space Perspective. Whoa, say that 5 times fast. Florida-based Space Perspective.
You can't even say it once. So I know.
Yeah.
Walt, I believe your camera's frozen. You're quite the ventriloquist.
Okay, it's going to start in 2024, and it's selling tickets on the vehicle. What? And it's selling tickets on the vehicle for $125,000 a piece now. Wait, it said $50,000 up here.
Well, how many prices do they have? Is
view.
this like tiered packaging? Is it like first class? Like in first class, you get like the hot space towel. It's not really wet.
Mm-hmm.
Or you get, and then in middle class, you get like peanuts in a bag, but they're all like jellied up so they don't float around. Is that? I'm just trying to work.
I think it tells you right there in the article. If for $50,000, you get a picture of the curve of the Earth. This is a view of the curve of the Earth. Here, that'd be $50,000, please. Now, if you want to ride, that's going to be different. But for a view, that's $50,000.
You're going to be up there for 5 days. It says it carries 8 passengers and 2 employees, a concierge, and an operator tour guide.
So a dozen people, huh? 8 of which are paying customers.
Yeah. But Explorer is not just Voyager rebranded, Hartman said.
No, we're doing things completely different. This is no longer a balloon way up into the sky. This is, well, shit.
Yeah, until you actually do it, it is the same thing. You're just taking people's money and telling them you're going to send them somewhere, and then you change your company.
And say it all over again.
The entire thing is different, he told Space.com in an interview.
Look, it's got blue stripes. Fuck.
Oh, here's the new concept, all right? The new concept centers on a desire to help foster an inspired perspective for a radically improved future.
Ah, they changed their mission statement. Good call.
Yeah. So everything else is the same. You go up on a balloon, you go real high, you come back down, and you're still alive.
But this time we're going to try a whole new way of taking your money.
Yeah. The reason they want to send you up there is different. Before they just wanted your money. Now they want to, what did he say? To center on your desire to help foster an inspired perspective for a radically improved future. That's just blah, 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 blah.
Word salad diarrhea of the mouth. That's what
yeah.
It's called marketing, fellas. Look into it.
Which brings me up to a really, I know I've talked about this before, and I don't bring it up too much because it is kind of out there in left field for, even in the conspiracy world. But this is kind of solidifying it more in my eyes. I've been told by 2 different people. The girl out there, these were both military veterans, right? A girl out in the desert I met, Tina. You guys remember her?
Oh, yeah. The one that liked all the antennas.
Oh, yes, we do.
And we hung out for about a week out in Quartzsite, Arizona, just walking around the desert. I opened her up to flat Earth, and then she started telling me all kinds of stuff. Well, she told me that they have big platforms, like these things, It's not just a platform, it's like a big capsule that are hanging on balloons between 70 to 90,000 feet above our heads with, military members on there with all kinds of, they're up there. You can't see them. The balloons are clear, the platforms, the bottoms are painted, so you can't see them. You just don't see them. It's like trying to see an airplane, at 70,000 feet. You're not going to see it. And then I had another person tell me just like a month later. Now, it had to be more like 5 months later when I was in South Carolina for the first time, building a garden for just Jack and his family. Somebody he knew when we went camping up on a mountain in Tennessee. Same thing. He's like, oh yeah, there's stuff above your head floating around. There's people up floating above your head right now. And we had to sign non-disclosure agreements to never mention it and this and that and blah, 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 blah. Anybody who knows about them. It's kind of like that Aurora project that they had where they were catching the balloons. And not even the base commander got to know about it. But here's two people, probably never met each other, just 6 months apart, telling me the exact same thing. And now stuff like this is coming out, where they're going to be sending, if they can do it for 10 people, why not 50 people? More balloons.
Right. Did we put that? I know I put the story in. We maybe touched on it for half a second about the touring that they're planning on doing around the North Pole with the balloons. So the fact that they're even bringing it to us in that much attention in the media should tell you what they've really been up to for 50 plus years at least.
Yeah, exactly. We get the technology decades after they've already been using it, not just came up with it and designed it, but
right. No, a lot of people think it's 50 years after they started developing it, and we just get it as we're a few steps behind them. No, people, we're so decades behind what they're using, fully involved, and it's working, not testing it. Here, y'all have some too, and work it out.
Yeah,
we're getting the dregs. We're getting the shitty part of it all.
Got the flip phone idea from. They were probably using flip phones back then. Just saying. That would be about right. About 20 years before we got to use them. And the military and all these, they get everything first for a long time.
Add to that the mix of Tartarian balloons, which I hadn't even thought about until Daz pointed it out there in chat. Add that, all the things we see that they were using in the general populace over so many decades ago that we can see proof of. So imagine, as we know they're hiding so many things they won't show us they're using. So
yeah, it's crazy what we still don't know. Now, I don't know if any of that's true. That Space Force is really just platforms hanging from balloons. But I'm sorry, but it makes a lot more sense than space, the ISS or something like that, some Narnia thing. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm going to I'll throw that one out there a couple times a year, see what sticks. I don't know even with a really good camera if you could see these things. I'm not sure. I'd love to see some photographic evidence
who was the guy? Won't come to me. It was a channel that was hard to watch because there were no descriptions of anything. It was just apparently 3D animations of like shit that this person theorized was above us, and it was all these like grid work systems and like platform things with cameras constantly looking down. Does anybody remember that channel? Damn it, it won't come to me. Like, we dug deep because there was a lot of stuff about stars, and there were those things falling out of the fucking sky that nobody could figure out what the fuck they were, the big metal balls, and all this was kind of happening all at the same time. Trying to figure out what the stars were, metal balls falling out of the sky all over the fucking place. And this guy with his theory about the fucking actual things like in the Flammarion picture, gears and shit that he kind of found video of through Google Earth at that time. He found things like literally hanging between the picture taking happening and the Earth down below. There's shit here, and it's like a grid work between us and whoever's taking this picture. The channel won't come to me.
Yeah, I've been really jumping to the idea that the planets and maybe even the stars, they are physical metal objects. I think Lucas is right. The way that, superconductors work, and if the temperatures are that cold up there and they are magnetic, there is this thing going on, then yeah, it would make sense that in a magnetic field that it would lock right there. Wherever it was put, like a superconductor, when they set it over the magnetic circle, and they'll set the superconductor up there at a certain angle.
Well, add the cold temperature, and you've got this the
there's
quantum
a
lock
superconductor
going on, right
there.
And we know the well, we don't know, but we're told it gets cold as fuck up there. So yeah.
Yeah, well,
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
the
Where you at, Lucas?
If the thermometer on that Go Fast rocket was accurate, it's at negative 272 degrees. That's almost 0 degrees Kelvin. That's cold enough to make a superconductor right there. So the conditions naturally up there are set for these things to take place. So yeah, I think he's really onto something with that. It's something that needs to be. Now the sun and the moon, I don't know. Just the way we view them and this and that, I don't know any of it. But yeah, I think there are solid structures floating above our head. Now, is it big enough for us to go and land on it? No, I don't know any of that. I don't know. Could we ever reach them? I don't know any of that. But could it
Iron Horse,
solid thing? I think so.
Iron Horse there in chat. Shout out Ross Hoss. Chitin is the key. Lighter than air, stronger than cotton. The reason bees hover, all insects for that matter. They don't fly. Their wings are just rudders. They swim through the air. Yeah, I looked into all of that with the blue-green beetle.
Scarab.
Yeah, I couldn't think. Thank you. And the guy making the hovercraft fucking platform out of them and all that crazy shit. So that idea that they've taken, I mean, think of all the freaking images that the Egyptians used in their artwork. This thing above, floating above, this fucking winged chitin creature. Hell, maybe that's showing us right there that all the shit is just right up above us, floating. Nice.
Mark Simmons in chat has mentioned a couple of times now the name David Beverly, an ex-NASA employee. Needs to be contacted. I guess he's speaking out.
Well, definitely get him in touch. Get him in touch with Dave. Get him in touch with us. Let us, if you have contact information, Mark, get us there, man. Definitely. We'll get him on here, get him in touch with David, all of the above, for sure.
Yeah, that's one of the things a lot of the fallers will bring up. Where's all the NASA whistleblowers? Well, Gus Grissom was a NASA whistleblower, and look what happened to him. That's a pretty strong message that they sent right there. Or the guy where he and his family all died being hit by a train. When he was
on his way, right, to spill the beans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's there have been NASA whistleblowers, people. It's not hidden information. Anybody can go look it up.
Jesus Freak Computer Geek 2 is the YouTube channel for Dave Beverly.
Now. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Mark. I'm looking him up right now. Sorry, by protection. You got it.
Big shout out to Nemo. Wow. I will be seeing Nemo here very shortly. We are 18 days away, folks. Flattoberfest in Spartanburg, South Carolina, October 23rd and 24th. Tickets are still on sale at flatearthfestivals.com. There is still hotels in the area that aren't full, and lots of B&Bs and stuff like that. But the hotel that Karen had booked, the rooms that she all had booked, are completely sold out there. So you'll have to get your room accommodations from somewhere else. The site, flatearthfestivals.com, does not offer them anymore. If you're looking for a ride share or something like that, I know they're in the talks of having a like a telegram. They're going to open up a Flat Earth or a Flattoberfest rideshare telegram chat. So type in Flat Earth into Telegram and see if you can't find that. I'm not sure if it's up yet, but that way, you can get in contact with people directly without, this is a way of doing it. I mean, you could use David's app, but you don't know which dots are going and this and that. This is more of a direct link to, hey, I'm going to Flattoberfest and I'm looking for someone, there'll be hopefully a bunch of people in there saying, yeah, I'm going too. Let's go together. So check your Telegram if you have Telegram. Oh, I'm getting Carpool Connection Group for Flattoberfest 2021 is the name. Let me bring this up, and I'll share it with you all in chat.
Want to race?
No, you got
bitches.
So there you go.
Yeah, I dropped it.
So if you're looking for someone to get to Flattoberfest with, maybe your family only has the one vehicle. I know there's some people that are having those issues, but they live near somebody else who only has one vehicle, and the whole family doesn't want to go, and they don't want to leave the family there for a weekend with no ride. Head over to that link right there. It's a Telegram link, Flattoberfest 2021 rideshare. If you just put that in a Telegram, there you go. You can find somebody to carpool with. Hope to see you there. It's going to be awesome. Awesome. Austin will be there. Dave Weiss will be there. Of course, Bob and Cammie and myself, Karen B, ODD TV, Christian Knapp will be there. Rose and Jason Lindgren will be there. It's going to be awesome. I know I left out so many people, but yeah, it's going to be a blast.
Well, it's really cool is if you get everybody together and you just hush everybody and just listen real quietly. You'll be able to hear me there too.
We know you're always there in spirit. But yeah, it's going to be a great time. I can't wait. I'm getting excited. I always get kind of nervous because I put things off to the last second. I got to go and get all my gizmos and gadgets together and all that fun stuff. I want to bring I'm even having trouble thinking of what it's called. Where I look at the magnetic field, the ferrocell. Just the homemade one that I made. I'd like to get some blackout paint though, to paint out the inside so there's not so much of a glare, just to show people that they can build these things out of a cardboard box and some LED lights you get from, your hardware store, and a couple pieces of glass, and then the ferro fluid and a little bit of oil. That's all it takes. And you too can study magnetic field lines in your own home.
You might want to put some newspaper down below you when you're working around.
Do not use ferro fluid in the house, ever. It stains horribly. Use ferro fluid outside, in a place you don't care about. Yeah, very messy stuff. Don't get ferro fluid on the carpet. Learn that the hard way.
Do it in the neighbor's driveway.
There you go. But that's wrapping up on the end of the show here, I think.
That's it. Only got about a minute and a half or so. Yeah.
Yeah, our buddy Alan just dropped a link in chat to his channel for the AI interview, which will be happening right after this show. So, guys, really head on over there. Check it out. I'll see y'all in chat. I really will.
I would be there if I could, but I'll be getting ready to go to work.
Yeah,
and then going
this is true.
To work.
Yeah,
shout out, Tommy. Thank you for the glasses, my brother. We need to get in touch. We kind of connected, and then things got crazy. It'll probably have to be after Flattoberfest. I know your world is crazy right now, brother. Get with me for sure.
Shout out to Rockin' Rio there in chat, too. He's got shows on Thursday and Friday. He likes to do with Jimmy Jean over there, Into the Microcosm over there on Aftermath FM. Go check him out over there. We need to get Jimmy Jean back on here. I mentioned that into his chat the other day.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, I was up in their chat saying hi during the show. So we just need to make that connection again. I know he's out there. And I guess we'll just sit here in silence. Still be here. Music. Sweet.
I was reading chat. Guys, you guys are amazing. I know we say that a lot, and it's kind of like at this point, you probably are tired of hearing it, the ones who aren't in chat with the chatters, but
Nobody likes that
should
shit.
maybe intrigue you to get on over here and chat because, dude, it's just a whole different world. It's there on the screen. Just check it out. It's an amazing group of minds. Beautiful souls. I love y'all. Love y'all so much. Thank you all.
Yes. Thank you.
Happy belated birthday, Josh. I wasn't here on your birthday. Sorry.
No, that's all right. It's quite all right. It was just another day.
I love you, though. Love y'all.
Love you
Thank
too.
y'all.
Love you guys. This has been Just Another Show. Be sure you hang out with us again on Friday morning for just another show of the Ironworx right here on Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com. Then come hang out with us on Friday and see if we can't scrounge somebody up for Have No Sphere, kicking off at 5 p.m. Central. Anyway, be good, be well. We'll see you Friday. Bye-bye.